On today's Buckeye Roast, the Blocko is set, the captains have been named, and we'll break down what both decisions tell us about this year's Ohio State Buckeyes. We're also searching for any scrimmage intel we can find, because apparently information coming out of Columbus is under lock and key. Meanwhile, there could be trouble brewing at Texas, and we'll discuss what it means as the season gets closer. And finally, we're circling back to one we forgot last week. An all-decade Ohio State team versus an all-decade Big Ten team without the Buckeyes. Who wins? I'm Kris, and this is the Buckeye Roast with Ron and Q, right here on Dead Air Sports. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back for another episode of the Buckeye Roast. It's your boy Ron James here with my guy, QP Ski. How you doing?
Well, don't forget to smash that like, but I am good. It was a good weekend. Gameplay, man, we were what, 2 weeks away from football? This week, and then we got next week, and we're going.
Yeah, I mean, week 0 is right around the corner. So, I mean, I feel like football season is officially here. Q, you joked about smashing that like button, but it is very important, and it ties right into our stat of the day, 150, the amount of likes on our last episode. If anybody tuned into our last episode, I went on a passionate rant at the end of the show about how important it is to like the episode if you do, in fact, like the show, because it helps us immensely. And just to give you guys some a peek behind the curtain, the episode before that, we only got 3 likes. And I said, hey, if you guys are genuinely in here, there's about 100 people that watch the show live every day. If you don't like the show, please let us know in the comments if that's why you're not liking. But if you do like the show, please like it, because it helps us a ton. And what do you know? We had 5 times the comments of the episode before, and the impact that it had on our views, almost double our usual views. So just to give you guys a little peek behind the curtain, how much it helps and means to us when you guys like that video. It costs you nothing. It helps us a ton. So be sure to smash that like button. Q, that was my stat of the day.
All right, well, sounds like you played a song, man. Got a lot to talk about.
How's a podcast? I mean, why don't you just tape it? What are you doing?
You don't have to tape it these days, Frank. You just record it right onto the computer.
Dead air.
Real quick, do want to get back to Ron and Q. Really excited that Buckeye Roast is back. While you are here, make sure you like and sub. We are on the way to 10,000 subs. You guys have been incredible, showed incredible support last year, first year on the channel, and you guys have shown incredible support this offseason. So thank you for bearing with me, but I'm excited to kick it to the real talented guys again. While you're here, make sure you like and sub, leave a comment, and yeah, we appreciate you again for rocking with us for another season right here on Dead Air Sports.
Q, Ohio State is a program famous for tradition. I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite tradition at Ohio State as an Ohio State fan?
I would definitely say the crossing out of the M's during rivalry week. I mean, I think that is like, so of any of the sports teams that I've followed throughout life, that is the most like taking out every M on campus is just like a wild thing for just one game. And there's rivalries across sports, but that has to be my favorite. It's just the whole tradition of that week, but it's like every M, even on your notebooks in class, you just cross them all out for that week is a lot of fun. So that's probably my favorite one.
Q, I'm going to steal a page from the Michigan book and cheat a little bit here and pick a tradition that doesn't exist anymore. And that was the freshmen jumping into Mirror Lake the night before the Michigan game. I thought that one was awesome. The pictures from it are epic. Tragedy, what happened and why it had to go away. But was my favorite tradition at Ohio State. But there is another tradition at Ohio State along with the announcement of captains. We also have the announcement of the Blocko recipient.
Miss Amy, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
This is Coach Hank.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Do you have any idea why we calling you?
No.
No, well, I'm calling you because it's a good day to give you some good news. You feel me?
All right.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I'm
I love good news.
I'm sitting here with a 2-time captain, Your son, he's so proud of him. Yeah, you already know. Hey, but not only that, he was awarded the Block O.
No.
Yeah. So that means you got to get some new jerseys.
New jerseys, they coming.
Hey, but guess what? He has earned and deserved this because of his character, his toughness, the leadership that he displays on a day-to-day basis, and what he embodies in terms of what it is to be a Buckeye. And so it is truly an honor and privilege for him to be awarded this, and we're so proud of him.
Oh, I'm so proud of him too. I'm tearing up. This
Bro.
is really good.
Yeah.
Aw.
Hey, just know it's been a blessing to coach him. You know, I truly enjoyed it. You did a phenomenal job raising this young man.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, it was good seeing you last weekend, and
Yes,
I'm
for
sure
sure.
we'll see you soon.
Yay! Thank you so much for calling and letting me know.
Nah, it's all good. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, you too. Thank you. Thank you.
Dad, what's going on? I'm with Coach Hank right now, receiver coach.
What's up, baby?
Hey, what's happening, boys?
Hey, ain't too much. Hey, we calling you with some good news.
Man.
You ready? You ready for it?
All right, man. Hit me with it.
Yeah. Well, hey, look. Well, first off, I'm sitting with a two-time captain.
No.
Yeah. Hey, truly a blessing, man. It's an honor. This dude has earned this. But look, that's not the only good news. He also got awarded the Block O. Yeah. Hey, look. So that just means you gotta get some more jerseys.
New jersey.
No.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna get my second.
Hey, look, he's gonna be walking around with that Block O proud, man. Just in terms of the toughness, his character, the leadership qualities. I mean, everything that he displays on a day-to-day basis. And you know, he embodies what it means to be a Buckeye. And so it's been an honor and a privilege to coach him. And just know, you guys have done a phenomenal job raising this young man.
Oh, man, I appreciate that. I'm so proud. I don't even know what to say. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Brandon, you know, you give me a little heads up next time.
Yes.
Yeah, we ain't have enough time for a heads up, man. We just got done practice, came in here, got the coach up, and yeah.
Hey, but guess what? That's what fam do. You know, hey, rain, sleet, the snow, and shine. We gonna call you with the good news, and you had a lot to do with this, and so it was important that we made this phone call right away.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I'm so proud of that boy.
Yeah.
Hey, man, make me more proud this season, boy.
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, look, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm sure we'll see each other soon.
Yeah, we will. Brandon, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bet. Sound good.
All right.
All right, man.
Q, I wanted to share that whole video because, I mean, it shows you what an honor this tradition is to receive the Block O. And you look back at the prior recipients. I mean, listening to that, so many things go through my head. Just thinking about the impact that SFE has had on this program, the impact that Brandon has had on this program, the impact that his parents have had on him, the impact that Hank has already had on him in his time here. Just the gravity of this program, and watching that, I don't know, you're not human if you don't get emotional. You think about the hard work and the dedication to this program, and to finally be awarded something like this with such great honor. Because when you look back at the history of the Block O, starting with Jonathan Cooper, Thayer Mumford, Cameron Babb, Xavier Johnson, Cody Simon, Sonny Styles, now Brandon Ennis, everybody with a different path as a Buckeye, a different journey as a Buckeye, but such an honor to wear that Block O. And I think it reminded me as I was listening to that, it made me think of the DGG recruitment and people looking from the outside, seeing like, oh, they won't give them that number. Like, it's just a number, give them the number. But it's just like, I feel like that video alone is a representation that not even the second best running back in the country that's allegedly getting $2 million is bigger than the Block O. And every person's path and journey to wearing that jersey, and how the blood, sweat, and tears that went into earning that jersey, I think speaks to that saying that no one is bigger than the Block O, and exemplifies what an honor it is to wear that jersey. And to see Brandon get that jersey, a kid that I've watched since he was a kid, and now he's a full adult as a captain and block O recipient at my favorite school, and it's just been awesome to watch his journey. And I don't think it could have happened to a better kid. So a big congratulations to Brandon Ennis, his entire family, and excited to watch the final chapter at Ohio State.
Yeah, I agree. First of all, if you were keeping tabs on buzzwords, Ron did say SFE, so go ahead and take a shot of espresso early in the morning. But yeah, honestly, it's so cool, especially to see, just retrospect in my life. Whenever somebody called my parents, it wasn't good. Like, it was never good news. And if they did try to say some good news, it's like, yeah, you probably got the wrong number because that's not it. But yeah, as long as we've done this captain tradition, and like you talked about with the block O, I mean, like we say, no one's bigger than the program. You want people to come in, and like I said, not everyone starts with the fancy one single digit. Like, not everybody starts with a starting position. People have to start from the bottom up at Ohio State, and that is why when you get to the level where Brandon Ennis is, a starter, a captain, you are that much respected. So, I mean, it does mean a lot. It is very fun to see that. And like I said, Brandon Ennis has gotten slack at Ohio State. He's gotten some feedback on, not being the traditional first rounder yet that we normally have through. But we've been talking about this guy for 3 years now. Like, he brings the energy. He is such important. He sets the tone in this receiver room. Like, he does a tough thing. He blocks. He's effective on the field, and that's why he continues to play. So, I mean, you go ahead and buy your stock now. Dude, I'm very, he's probably my most anticipated player I would like to see this season, because I do want to see that level up and what he's able to do now with, Art coming in as OC, Hankton now coming in as a receiver coach, focus on that run after the catch and different aspects that Hart line maybe didn't focus on and different things. So, yeah, it is exciting, and we're that much closer to football and another block O, and I say, it's very well deserved.
You bring up the slack that Brandon Ennis has received at Ohio State, and I just want to ask you the question: when you look at this two-time captain at this point now, at what point do you, as a fan, step back and look and say, "Well, I mean, the captains are voted on by their teammates. What do they know that clearly the critics don't know, because the people in that building seem to value him. This isn't a make-a-wish program where you just get to come here and live out your Disney dreams. Like, it's just not that. Everything here is earned. So it's just odd to me to see the criticism at this level, but just the praise that rings out of the building for this player, despite the criticism. Q, what are your thoughts on the fact that the team has now voted Brandon Ennis twice as a captain?
Yeah, it just, that more so gives you a peek behind the curtain of things you just don't get to see as a fan, or if you just watch the Buckeyes on Saturdays, watch the game, look at the stats, and turn it off until next week. Like, we've all, probably everybody who's in the chat right now has played sports. We've all done that. Those guys that are just so much important to, regardless of what they do on the field, picking people up. Like, how important was Brandon Ennis when Carnell Tate had his tragedy when he first got to Ohio State, and he was one of the people speculating, like, we got it. That's our guy. Like, we're going to be there to support him. So it just gives you that behind the scenes of, like, his leadership and just what he means to other people. And that is as much important as what you do on Saturdays. Like, the purpose of Ohio State, like, yes, we want to win games. We want to put natties up. We want to send guys to the pro. But college is still college. It's about coming in as a young adult and being able to leave as an adult, regardless if you play football after or not. So, again, Brandon Ennis does start for this team. We're going to see what he does this season. Like you said, usually start Ohio State at any position. You got a pretty good chance. Like, people that we've given a lot of criticism to has gone on to play for a while on Sundays, me included. So, and it's like, wow, they're still in the NFL. So he's going to have a good chance here. But yeah, it just gives you that peek behind of, like, the guys that maybe don't get talked about on ESPN or Fox Sports, or for the highlights, but they are integral parts of this team. And again, Brandon Ennis is going to have his chance. And like I said, I'm very excited to see what he does this season and this entire receiver room, because it's a new era at Ohio State. Hartline, unfortunately, he's gone. He took a head coaching job. It's a new era of receivers. We're going to see what Hankton can do.
Absolutely. And then watch the one last thing watching that, I couldn't help think of my new favorite Ryan Dayism. Leave the jersey in a better state than when you first put it on. And I think about the mark that Brandon Ennis is going to leave on this program when he departs. And regardless of any of the criticism, the one thing that they're definitely going to say is champion. And so knowing that, he's left here as a champion, a Block O recipient, and two-time captain, I mean, it's more than a lot of people can say. And there's been a lot of great players that come through this program.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, Blocko's definitely up there with traditions, and like I said, there's certain things you can't take away from, and that natty isn't going anywhere. They can't come back and get it, so it'll always be there. And like you said, that banner will be up, and the legacy continues. But again, he's still got a lot of time to add to his legacy. We got a full season, and heck, we're playing NFL schedules at this point. He got like 20 games to go out and ball out. And again, yeah, questions have been asked, so he's gonna have a chance to answer those questions. Again, Ohio State, you can't hide from the light, so he's gonna have a chance to go out there. Again, we're at Texas week 2. The schedule is crazy. Brandon Ennis will be called on, and we will see what he can do.
Hugh, that was not the only phone call that Hankton had to make, as there was another captain from the wide receiver room.
Hey, what's going on?
Man, ain't too much. We had a good work day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but hey, look, we calling you with some good news now.
What's going on?
Hey, your son, the big fellow over here, has been named captain by his teammates.
No.
Yeah. I can't tell you how proud we are of this young man, just everything that he does in terms of the work, who he is, and it's a true representation of what y'all have done in terms of raising him. So we're excited, man. Like we truly excited. This is a phenomenal honor for him.
Yes, no doubt. And I give great all praise to God for all the, also Jeremiah for the hard work he put in. I'm proud, very proud of him. Very proud.
Hey, look, here's the deal. He does it every single day. People know he a gentle giant, but he started to be more vocal, holding his teammates accountable. And that's what it is to be a leader and a captain. And so when we see that, just know we're proud of his growth, man. He's taking the next step.
Hey, listen, I know y'all got a group of people, man. I'm praying for y'all to stay healthy and get the job done, man. I'm praying.
Yeah, and look, we appreciate it. We really do.
Yes, sir.
Hey, but not only that, let me tell you this. I'm gonna tell you how much it means to him. I mean, this young dude over here had tears of joy afterwards. Just like when he was named, and when he found out how much he means to his teammates. He walks around every day with this sense of humility, man, and grace, and does his job at a high level. But to be named the captain, it means a lot to him. And I want you to know that. So we all proud of him.
Yes, man, it means a lot to us and his family.
Yeah.
God get the glory. That's all I can say, man. I appreciate people like you. God put you there for a reason, too. And I really appreciate you, Coach, for everything you did since you've been there. I really appreciate it.
Nah, it's all love. We were meant for this. It takes a village. And that's all we doing. We do what we do. You want to say anything?
No, I'm good.
You sure? Hey, look over there. Tell him, hey, this big old dude, he don't need to be blushing over here. He over here blushing.
I'm good. Man. Where we come from, I be grind. So, I'm proud of you. So I'm very proud of you.
Yeah.
For the good work, man. Keep being a leader. Lead by your example, not the words. Man, I love you.
Love you too.
All right. Well, no doubt. Well, look, we just wanted to call you with that. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Hey, you too, Coach.
All right, then. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach.
All right. Oh, no, boy.
Hugh, you hear the excitement in his voice there. Hankton mentioned that Jeremiah shed a tear when he was voted a captain. Just your thoughts on the honor bestowed upon Jeremiah on top of everything already on his shoulders, given his accomplishments and the expectations going into his final year at Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm also probably 100% sure Hankton shed a tear when he walked into the Woody and was like, dang, I got one. my pay raise is going to be immense when I said the first overall pick to the NFL. But Yeah, man. I was thinking about obviously Jeremiah Smith, and I'll probably shed a tear for Ron when his season is over because he is going to be hurt. Jeremiah Smith will no longer be in Ohio State uniform and playing on
We got
Sundays.
plenty of SFE representation still on the roster. You got Devin Sanchez, Chris Henry Jr. I mean, maybe we have some more SFE players on the way. Who knows?
Well, hopefully. But yeah, man. Just thinking about it, man. Jeremiah Smith, who. Even Brandon Ennis, we talked about a minute ago, coming in as a 5-star, like Jeremiah Smith was so much on a different level than probably any prospect of our time. Maybe JTT, maybe, but even above that as far as star, especially playing wide receiver, just the star status coming in and being able to come in and live up to every expectation and go above that. What we had, I mean, national championship first year, a lot due to his impact as receiver. So it's been such a fun ride. And like, Jeremiah Smith, we know, has not been the vocal guy. He's very chill, like come in and get his work done, but be able to grow, as a leader to a point where his teammates are putting him captain. You see Julian Sand working out with him in the offseason just because of the work and the grinding he puts in. Like, it means a lot. So it's been fun. Like I said, his tree is already planted in Buckeye Grove. They might as well just go ahead and have that one set up so we can high-five it as he walks to the Woody.
Have his own section, Jeremiah Forest.
He's got his own like 3 trees over here. So yeah, no, it's awesome, man. It's fun, and again, you got to enjoy this season, man. Because again, very, very rare, and we go through so like recruiting is, and just the business of recruiting. It's all about hype. Every season. We talk about DGG, like coming in, like he's the next, Adrian Peterson, like the next, like we do this every year. And so many guys, we get to this point where we're now in their 3rd season. You don't even name, like guys, you can't even name anymore. Like who? Oh, I remember him.
Has officially made me an old head because I now have the player of my lifetime that I'm going to go to the grave, be telling people, but you've never seen Jeremiah Smith. Like the people that watch that were of age to see Orlando Pace. They're like, don't ever say another lineman's name in the same conversation. And like, we have one of those players you're never going to see another one like this. And to fully appreciate that, and you talk about how long that we've been watching them and the connection to Brandon Ennis. I watched Brandon Ennis, Carnell Tate, and Jeremiah Smith win in a 7-on-7 national championship together. In the first year of the OT7 national championship, and to see them come together as Buckeyes, go on to achieve what they've achieved already with Carnell Tate as the number 4 pick in the NFL draft, all 3 of them national championships, 2-time captain Brandon Ennis, Blocko recipient Brandon Ennis. Jeremiah Smith is going to rewrite the record books of the impact that those 3 put on this program. And it felt like, I guess our attachment to it is because this was the first major recruiting cycle when we stepped in the media. So these are the names that we've been most familiar with, have been watching for the longest, arguing about before they even landed at Ohio State, watching their high school games on Friday nights. And to know that, like, hey, we're watching the final season of these guys come together, man, it's been what a ride. And, you just got to be thankful for the time that we've had with them here as Buckeyes and excited for this final season.
Yeah, I say enjoy it. Very, very rarely do players come to and they're as advertised from all the hype you got before. You said Jeremiah Smith has done all of that, and again, we get one final ride to go there, and hopefully we can get another natty. Finally, get the Bolitnikoff Award, which again means absolutely nothing until Jeremiah Smith wins it. It is still a cry, and like even going back, I was talking to you, Ron. I was like, bro, Julio Jones was never even a finalist for the Bolitnikoff, which is it's so insane to say that it's like. I think they like don't understand the fact there's certain players in college football that like if you're talking about a period of time, you can't tell the story without these players. Jeremiah Smith is one of those guys where it's like this dude came in with all this hype and lived up to it and was the best player in college football as a freshman. Just totally took over the college football playoff and we went on this crazy run. So like the awards need to reflect that. And I think they're out there voting. I don't know if they watch the Buckeye Roast. Maybe they should if they're not. But like he's got to get in the like we got to validate this. Maybe even a Heisman at this point, but yeah, most definitely that trophy means nothing until he wins it.
Yeah, Q, and have no fear because it doesn't matter in regards to the Bolitnikoff because a little peek behind the curtain. Q and I have been discussing we're going to have our own award show around here. We're waiting on the trophies in the mail, so you don't need to worry about the Heisman ceremony or the Blitnikoff. You got to worry about the to-be-named award show on the Buckeye Roast later this season, where we give out the real awards that matter.
There you go. There you go. Tune in for that. I'm sure we got a lot of competition with awards. That what was it? Antonio Brown has an award. Like there's so like I'm almost afraid of where this will go and what awards we have, but what also
we
the
have
best
a leg
players.
up on Antonio Brown because he's not allowed to give out his award on YouTube because he would get banned. Back to the captain's list. Not only did Jeremiah Smith and Brandon Ennis, 2 members of Zone 6, become captains, but also the distributor of the ball on the offense, Julian Sane, was also named a captain alongside his breaking news.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
Captain and right guard, Austin Siereveld. I almost called him his left tackle, but as we'll get into later in the show, camp reports seem to indicate that all reports are pointing to Austin Siereveld moving inside and Ian Moore getting that left tackle position. Kenyatta Jackson on the defensive side of the ball alongside Peyton Pierce and Jalen McClain. 7 captains, Q. A lot was made of that on the timeline, and I chose to take the non-pessimistic view of it, that they feel like they have leadership and accountability in damn near every room on this roster.
Yeah, I don't even know what what criticism you would give to that. Like, they're not just giving out a captain for no reason.
That's what I said.
But
Like, this is not a Mickey Mouse like participation program. Like, if they're giving out 7 captain spots, there's 7 deserving captains.
yeah, I mean, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not like we have a cap number like there's only really 5 guys, but we just have to get to 7. Give out 2 more. We'll roll that. Pick a name out of a hat. Like, yeah, like they're naming, and it should be like that. If you deserve to be a captain and your teammates give you that many amount of votes, then like be a cap. I don't care if there's 10. I don't care if there's 3. Just the guys who deserve to be the captains should be the captains, and that's the way you roll with it. And the fact that like none of these guys are like, huh? Like there's nobody named captain where you're like, wait, what? Like it's not head scratchers. It's like, okay, like that makes sense. We've heard about this guy for a while. Like. Or a guy that's been here for 5 years and like really took ownership of their room. So like there's no head scratch. I don't know what negative feedback you would get, but yeah, first of all, the offensive line, yeah, it's shaping out the way we would, we all projected it would be. We thought that would be the best going forward. So it sounds good. Like I said, after Landon Tangwell talked about the offensive line, I was so much more optimistic. I'm like, you know what? Maybe there's a chance. Like, yeah.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
That was live footage of me watching that video by Juck. Great job, by the way. But yeah, like I said, captain's fit with offensive line going. I'm just so excited for college football to start back. And also, too, I got to mention it again, man. It's 105 degrees outside. When football's back, the weather is good. I can't wait for it. Sorry, all y'all suffering up north and going to be in that 10-degree weather. Ron over there with 2 hoodies on because it's so cold outside of Pittsburgh. But hey, look, down here, I love football season.
Absolutely. Q, plenty more to talk about, some camp notes or lack thereof, but we have a message from our sponsors.
Real quick, do want to get back to Ron and Q. Really excited that Buckeye Roast is back. While you are here, make sure you like and sub. We are on the way to 10,000 subs. You guys have been incredible, showed incredible support last year, first year on the channel, and you guys have shown incredible support this offseason. So thank you for bearing with me, but I'm excited to kick it to the real talented guys again. While you're here, make sure you like and sub, leave a comment, and yeah, we appreciate you again for rocking with us for another season right here on Dead Air Sports.
Ron. Wasn't that guy on the Buckeye Roast once?
I've seen him around here a few times. I'm not sure his name, but he did say to be sure to smash that like button. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. If you want to help us out, be sure to subscribe. We do this thing Monday through Fridays at 10 a.m. Kris Drew, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he does a show on this channel as well called Signal Lost, as well as Tyler, who has his solo show I-71, sometimes joined by Kris Drew, as well as the Kris and Tyler college football show, a national college football show talking about everything that you need to know in college football. But Q,
Yeah.
around here we talk about the Buckeyes, and there was kind of some information from Camp Intel. It's never good when the phrase tight-lipped is in the first paragraph of every Camp Intel report. It's like, oh, okay, so we're going to be pulling teeth as far as, okay, our only intel is going to be things that saying the obvious. And it feels like Ryan Day, we haven't got any negative intel. It feels like we are at the point where Ryan Day turns the Woody into Fort Knox and we get nothing because we are trying to hide everything that we can until we have to put something on film for our biggest opponent. And I don't think they're going to put anything on film for Ball State. I think you're going to see hot takes galore on the timeline after week 1 if things don't look flawless, because it's going to be so vanilla out there. But I feel like the mad scientist is cooking up inside the Woody right now, and I'm not talking about Jim Knowles. You tell me, hey, let's record early so you're not up late, and then you say something that you know I'm going to edit out of the show. Like, I don't get why you do it.
I tried to I tried to warn YouTube. I was just playing. All right, pick it up for me. But yeah, it's hard to get information out of Ryan Day. So again, it's going to be tight-lipped. We got 2 NFL coordinators in there that are scheming it up. So yeah, like I said, I am excited. The news that we got, it's some good stuff here or there, but like you said, with no negative news coming out, like that's things you don't want to hear. Like the biggest thing we're freaking out about is, oh, Tavia St. Clair, we might have to go get a transfer quarterback. Like it's like, okay, that's not even this season's problem. So I am very excited. Again, what we've heard is good news and also confirming things that we thought were going to happen, and it's all going right. It's very few times where you have like the fan mind of thinking of things should go this way, and then it coming out saying, okay, things are going the way we all in our mind is like, this is an easy problem. Just do this, and it's going that way. So I'm happy from what I heard out of the Woody so far.
Some of the initial reports outside of scrimmage number 2 was there was some load management going on the offensive side of the ball that they felt led to some procedural issues that caused the offense to stall early with some behind the sticks drives starting at 1st and 10 or 1st and 15, 1st and 20 a few times early on in the scrimmage, but then the offense started to click later on. This is the second practice or the second scrimmage where Bo Jackson has went absolutely insane. I think it's safe to say we know who RB1 is, and I don't know if it was lighting a fire or if Bo Jackson decided to wake up, snap his fingers like Thanos, and just decide, you know what, remember, this is my job. But he has been a name that we've been hearing after the first 3 open practices, nothing but great things about. Some of the other notes, Q, I'm starting to get concerned with the amount of hype around Jay Timmons. Not because I question how good he is I feel like it's reaching to the point of the praise is getting so high that the expectations are going to get to a place that even if he plays great, it's going to somehow not live up to the amount that we've talked about a true freshman that seems by all indications like the front runner to start at the nickel position for the Buckeyes. So Q, your thoughts there. Does it feel excessive at this point, the amount of praise for Jay Timmons?
I wouldn't necessarily go excessive, but it is getting to the point where it's like if he's not starting, we're all going to be like, huh? Like, well, that's not what I heard coming outside of camp, which you want some good news out there, but you don't want too much. So I know Ryan Day is not trying to let any out of the Woody, but yeah, it'll be very interesting. Like again, he's another one of those players where it's gonna be like, man, like what is he actually gonna look like when in live fire when we actually start gameplay? So someone interested in, I did not have him in my fantasy secondary starting. I think I had Dominic Kelly in there outside and moving Jermaine inside, but at worst, it looks like it gives us flexibility. And like you said, we saw Devin Sanchez last season and what he was able to do on third downs in a nickel package, and he was able to start the Miami game and play solidly. So it seems like we're running that train again. It's Tim Walton, man. He's just pulling in corners. They don't got to be the number one guy in the nation. You know, we ain't got to give out sneaker deals. Guys just come in here and they ball out. So J-Tim is another one of those we got late in the cycle. And it sounded like, man, you look next year, it's like, well, you can pencil him and Devin Sanchez right in and figure it out from there. And that's a great starting point when we're a year away from that scenario. So I'm excited to see him play.
Q, I wanted to pivot a little bit to the Buckeyes' first major matchup to the season in Texas. While there weren't many reports coming out of the Woody this weekend after the Buckeyes' second scrimmage, there were plenty of reports coming out of Austin, Texas, and some of them not so great. Amongst them, their second leading tackler, returning tackler, Tyanthony Smith, was dismissed from the team on Saturday. Texas brought in 5 transfer linebackers, one of them being Rasheem Biles. They brought in another starter from Florida State. Smith slated to be the backup Mike. You just don't like to see that type of depth. I mean, I think about the last time an Ohio State linebacker was unceremoniously dismissed from the team. That season wasn't so great. You then go and you look at the boards and the beat reporters about the reports coming out of their second scrimmage. And again, the offense struggles, Arch struggling early on in the scrimmage. They said things did get rolling later, but for a team with the expectations that they have, the hype around Arch Manning, is it odd to you to hear this level of dysfunction 3 weeks away from an Ohio State matchup?
I mean, it's one or two ways. You got, we say this like sometimes your program is unstable and it's not good, or it's like, man, you got some real ballers in there with guys getting in trouble so much. They can definitely, but yeah, obviously players getting dismissed to that level and not even like a suspension or missing a couple games. That's definitely something drastic. So you don't want to hear that, but I think they have enough linebackers that Texas will probably figure it out. If they weren't able to dismiss him, if they were able to dismiss him and feel like they're going to be okay, it tells you they're a linebacker. They definitely have some depth for guys that they feel are able to, because, programs will sweep stuff under the rug and be like, yeah, we'll suspend you for one game and then you can play if we need you. So a little bit there, but Arch, yeah, I mean, I've bought a lot of stock in Arch this offseason. I think he's going to have a level up, obviously. Reviewing some of his film and, things like that. I've bought some stock. So we'll see how it goes. Again, I think Arch is going to turn out to be a good player this season. But for everyone, I guess, other than Ohio State this season, it always feels like the offense struggles early. But you just feel like with the weapons of Texas, that should be a pretty mature offense. With Cam Coleman coming in and those guys back, the offensive line definitely getting a boost in there. They got the tackle from Wake Forest coming in there to boost that offensive line, which wasn't that great last season. It feels like that offense should be rolling. So it's very interesting to see. Week one, I'm going to have my eyes on to be like, where's this team at? And they probably going to, like Ohio State, keep things under the vest. But it's like, they should be balling. For me, they would have been in the AP poll number 1 or 2 at worst. So we will see what they do. But yeah, it hasn't been great news. But maybe they're just like, we'll put out a bunch of bad news and we'll come out and blow everyone out. So
well, if that's their plan, I have more bad news for you, because the father of true freshman defensive back Hayward Howard Jr. took to X to express his clear displeasure with the Suns team and said, quote, "I'm about to expose everything."
I did hear that on Twitter. Brother, look. Well, full warning.
No warning. No warning. This is a full invitation to the Buckeye Roast. And if you want to expose everything, we have a third spot for you right here every morning if you want to come tell us what's going on up there, and bring a playbook with you while you're at it.
I'm just saying, you're in Texas. There's a lot of oil money. There's a lot of big boosters around. Be careful. That's all I'm saying. I ain't exposing nothing. All right? Be careful.
So if you want to replace Q and come tell us everything, you can sit right there and we can talk about it. I am not scared.
Go to Pittsburgh. Don't come here.
We have the internet. Q, I wanted to get to one more message from our sponsors before we get to a segment that we forgot to cover last week.
Yeah.
Real quick, do want to get back to Ron and Q. Really excited that Buckeye Roast is back. While you are here, make sure you like and sub. We are on the way to 10,000 subs. You guys have been incredible, showed incredible support last year, first year on the channel, and you guys have shown incredible support this offseason. So thank you for bearing with me, but I'm excited to kick it to the real talented guys again. While you're here, make sure you like and sub, leave a comment, And yeah, we appreciate you again for rocking with us for another season right here on Dead Air Sports.
Ron,
A lot of the Michigan fans that stumbled across our episode on Friday, because we had so many people smash that like button, a lot of Michigan fans were able to find that episode. And one of the phrases that a lot of them used in regards to us and most Buckeye fans was delusional. So I figured for all of our new viewers of this show from the team up north, we had to just give them what they came here for, right? If they came here for delusional Ohio State fans, I figured we'd give them a little delusional Ohio State fans and talk about the all Big Ten decade team. When this list came out, obviously there was a ton of Buckeyes on that. And I was like, you know what? I'm so much of a delusional Buckeye fan. I'd like to see a list of the Buckeye all decade team and the Big Ten all decade team without Buckeyes. So I asked Claude to replace all of the missing Buckeyes from the Big Ten all decade team with the highest drafted player at that position, and then also make the same list for the Buckeyes of the highest drafted players at every position to put a side by side comparison. And I thought it would be fun to go through side by side maybe and see who are you taking, the Ohio State all-time player or the Big Ten all-time player, and just see how many of these that you would take. I mean, I guess all of the other ones in the reverse that didn't make the list, but we'll see how these teams stack up against each other. I wanted to start with quarterback, and for this one, I was like, we could go with so many quarterbacks, and there's no that way that we could lose. And then I look, and I'm like, maybe you have an argument.
Yeah, I think you do. Fernando Mendoza obviously had a Heisman level year in a great season there. Yeah, it's just very hard. I would say Fernando Mendoza outperformed CJ Stroud throughout his career at Ohio State, just for the 1 year for Fernando Mendoza. But well, CJ Stroud's 2 years, it's just, man, like CJ Stroud in his last game, wearing an Ohio State uniform, was so above and beyond maybe what we've seen from like anybody playing the quarterback position, in the recent years. So it's like, if I take the best of Fernando Mendoza and take the best of CJ Stroud, I would probably take CJ Stroud. But if I say throughout their careers, week after week, who's putting it together, I think Fernando Mendoza has a really good argument, and you would probably take him week after week over what CJ Stroud did week after week.
Absolutely. I'm going to have to argue with Claude on this next one. Not so much about the comparison of the two, but I gave it bad instructions. I said, give me the highest drafted running back. But if we were putting together the all-decade team at Ohio State, your running back would be
J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins. I just wanted to clear that up. So we are going to call an audible here and put J.K. Dobbins in at number 2. J.K. Dobbins or Jonathan Taylor. Q, who you taking?
Oh, that's all right. Man, Jonathan Taylor was such a monster. I would probably take JK, and there may be a little bit of a homer in me, but Jonathan Taylor was such a monster at Wisconsin. But it's just like JK's junior year, it's like JK 2K. Like, the dude was going crazy. And like I said, you just saw, like, you still feel like if he, even with the mistakes not the mistakes we made, the mistakes the ref made against Clemson, like if JK is healthy throughout that entire game, you still feel like no matter what we do and no matter what the refs do, the Buckeyes still win that game. So I will take JK, but I wouldn't be mad at anybody taking Jonathan Taylor.
Q, the Grim Reaper of this show is up in this next position group on the Big Ten all-decade team. And I guess the fairest way to do this is, I don't care who else they put. We'll give them, just for his performance against Ohio State, Rondell Moore gets 1 win out of the 3 wide receiver positions. But on the Buckeye side, I wanted to ask you, would that have been your choice of 3?
I think you have to have JSN in there, even for what he did, not even playing in would have been his best season, his junior year. I think you still would have JSN in there, probably replacing, I don't know, Marvin's just like, Ron, the longer we go, and like obviously his NFL career hasn't like panned out so far. It's only been a couple years, so people keep that in mind. The way people would suspect, but like Marvin, his sophomore year with CJ Stroud at quarterback, was such like a different dude that it's like that for people looking at Marvin Harrison Jr. now on paper, it doesn't mean the same thing that it meant when he played here. So it's hard to move him off the list, but like again, I think you have to have JSN, and obviously what Carnell Tate did and Jeremiah Smith is definitely they put him in gold, not even a cement in gold on like firm spot in there. Yeah, I think I probably would take Marv out, put JSN in, but it's very hard. Yeah, you would give Rondell
You
more.
take
but
Marv out and put JSN in?
Probably
taking Carnell out.
You're taking
that
Carnell
goes
out?
against my SFE sponsorship.
I feel like I feel like that offense last year was like anti-receiver. Like I feel like
Yeah, but
if
if this is the roster that you're taking to battle the Monstars over there from the Big Ten, you're telling me you're taking Marv off of this team?
I think Carnell Tate playing with CJ Stroud would have went bananas. Like he was always open, and like again, I don't even think like it made us think of Carnell Tate as a deep threat, and we know like Carnell Tate is not really just a deep threat. Like his route running, like everything he's good at the receiver position. Like again, if you had Carnell Tate playing inside Marv beside CJ Stroud, like Carnell Tate would have went crazy in that offense.
Q, I look at this Big Ten offensive line. Well, also, do we get to count? Like, is it fair? Do we get Max Clare on this team? Like, who does Max Clare play for? Does he play for Purdue in the Big Ten team, or does he play for the Buckeyes?
I think he plays for Purdue. Like he was so much better because he was the only option they had.
Who do you fill in for Max Clare?
Man, do we have to put Cade Stover in there? It's like he's had the best.
I feel like he deserves
career.
it. I
like he's got to be in
Jeremy
there.
Ruckert fan personally.
Yeah, I guess he's still on the line of that decade. It's just like Cade Stover outperformed blew our expectations away of the player he would be. So I think he's earned that spot in there. Yeah, playing different positions. I think he's got to be in there for Ohio State. But again, Tyler Warren, you're taking that tight end position. You take Tyler Warren was a monster.
I mean, I feel like this Big Ten offensive line probably washes us, but I mean, you look at some of these draft picks and it's like not too shabby in Columbus when you look at the draft positions relative to the entire Big Ten. I mean, we have the highest drafted offensive lineman.
Yeah.
In Paris Johnson. So, I mean, the Buckeyes holding their own, especially in a conference with teams like Iowa, Penn State, Northwestern, surprisingly getting 2 on there.
Yeah.
And that line, offensive line play, only one Michigan player making that offensive line, just showing you how strong the offensive line play is in the Big Ten. Then I wanted to go to the defensive line. This is where it gets kind of interesting. Your thoughts here, Q?
Yeah. Wow. This is just our defensive line is so crazy. Yeah, it's hard for me to go again with Tyleek and Caden McDonald and Chase Young and Nick Bosa. Like they could have put anybody on the other side. I still like they're not better than with Ohio. So you would have had to go like all college football defensive line.
Well, they went all Michigan. What are your thoughts there? Who do you think has the better let us know down in the chat who has the better all-decade defensive line when you look at that, Michigan or Ohio State?
Yeah, definitely. If the Michigan people want hate from Ohio State, Aiden Hutchinson had a good final season. He was not that great before that. I think Rashawn Gary was a really good player. He's obviously a freak athlete coming in, so I think he was a really good player. And Mason Graham was probably the best player on that defensive line, like throughout his career of all of those players. So definitely earns there. But like Chase Young, Nick Bosa, since they stepped on campus, was different. Caden McDonald only really had 1 year, but that's because he had to play behind Tyleek, who Tyleek would probably be like the guy people would be like, okay, I'll definitely taking Mason Graham over him throughout his career. But like Tyleek was also just a monster. So it's just like the defensive line in Big Ten, it's just go hand in hand, man. There's just so many to choose from. I'm a homer. I will take Ohio State, but like all Michigan, that would be a scary defensive line.
I want to pivot to linebacker. You have Wisconsin, TJ Edwards, and Penn State's Micah Parsons versus Ohio State's linebackers last year.
Man, I like Micah Parsons a lot. CJ Edwards is a really good player. I'm not picking anybody over Arvell Reese's Sonny Styles. Like they were like not even real people. Like it's like it's of a legend that we got two guys at Ohio State, both freak athletes, the best Sonny saw probably the best combine we've ever seen from an athletic standpoint. Arvo Reese again was like underutilized at Ohio State. It's a top 5 pick. So it's really hard to pick against those guys. I'm taking Ohio State.
You have D'Angelo Pons, Devin Witherspoon, and Jordan Lewis at the cornerback position. Q, I see a name on there. I see a name on there, and you are one to frequently reference wanting a crash out on your team, particularly one that'll commit a crime. Specifically, robbery is your favorite. One of those guys fits this bill.
Very well. Dude crashed out of the NFL.
You got Denzel Ward, Marshon, Lattimore, and Damon Arnett. I mean, I feel like just because of the criteria that you frequently request for your defensive players, I feel like you have to take the 3 Buckeyes here, no?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like David Arnett is like the even more extreme of like how people now look at like Marvin Harrison Jr. They forget how good of a final, because Ron, just back a little revisionist history, like Ohio State fans didn't even like Damon Arnett through most of his career. They're like, when he came back for his final year, the first year of Jeff Hadley, people were like, please go to the draft. Like, go ahead. We're done with the penalties. We're done with the nonsense. Like, get someone else in here. And that final year he had at Ohio State with one arm half the season was absolutely like amazing. Like they didn't give up. I think he didn't give up a touchdown all year. Like he didn't give anything up. I was very surprised he went that high in the draft, but he had a great year his final year at Ohio State. So it will be forgotten. And obviously, again, he crashed out of the NFL, and definitely life reflection was needed there. But he did have a great season at Ohio State again. And when it comes to the DB room, it's hard for me to pick against Ohio State. Like these are some great players on the Big Ten side, but like that's Ohio. That Kerry Combs, like that was Ohio State's baby right there. That defensive back room. So I'm not replacing none of them.
I wouldn't pick my own child over Caleb Downs when we're talking about this safety room. I don't care if he was the next coming of Ed Reed, and then Malik Hooker played in the Whippeal. So again, they could have had Ed Reed on the other side, and I would have picked the Buckeyes. I have a question for the chat. Who did we miss? What would you change aside from the ones that we did change, or do you disagree with the ones that we changed? Let us know. And Q, who you taking? The Big Ten All-Decade team or the Ohio State All-Decade team?
I think we're, again, mostly down here, we're pretty fair on both sides. You probably get the offensive line to the Big Ten, but you just look at that DB room and wide receiver room at Ohio State, and you're just like, that's Ohio State's calling card. At the skill, we're better than everybody else, and we can also play some trench football. So just with the skill, like, boy, if you have that defense, Jesus Christ, cancel football. Like, you look at that defense, you're like, they're not scoring a point. Like it's going to be that Miami season where we outscore like every team's offense with just that defense. It would have been insane. So I got to go Ohio State here. I think this would be a fun matchup to watch, though.
Absolutely. If I wasn't lazy, I would recreate that game in college football, but instead I'll probably just ask AI to simulate for me and give me a game summary to read you guys tomorrow.
That's fair.
Cute. That's all I have for today. Let the people know where they could find you.
Yeah, real quick before we get out of here. Just with Chris's ad, I was thinking about, man, this is only the second season on Dead Air Sports. We're almost to 10K. So everybody who's in here by watching this video, go find one person who is not subscribed to this channel, who's not watching. Get them over here, and we'll smash that 10K. And we'll make
10K. We'd be at 20K if all 10,000 people that are subscribed tell one person to subscribe to the channel. We would be at 20,000 tomorrow. Are you doing your part?
That's what I'm saying. Go find somebody today. Help us out. It's fun. Great episode. Very much. Let us know down in the comments. What team are you picking? Did we miss anybody? Is there anybody you would substitute on the Ohio State side or in the Big Ten side that did not play at Ohio State, especially Michigan fans? Let us know. Yeah. Other than that, man, good show. You know where to find me. It's not that hard. Flying at Johnson on Instagram, Cityboy Quinn on Twitter. But most importantly, here Monday through Friday on the Buckeye Roast next to my guy Ron. Give me that daily content again. We're only a couple weeks from the season.
Absolutely. If you want to find me, you can find me on Twitter at 2Ts2_TES. You can find me here Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. on Dead Air Sports for the Buckeye Roast right here with my guy Q. A big thank you to everyone that smashed that like button. It helps us a ton. Let's keep it. Let's make it consistent. Let's see 150 likes every day. You prove that you can do it once. We can do it every day. I asked the chat. I said, if you don't like the show and you're just watching, and the reason why you don't like the show is because you legitimately don't like it, let us know in the comments. Not a single person in the comments told me that they don't like the show. So it means that you guys just need a reminder, and that's okay. So we appreciate it if you do, and go ahead and smash that like button. Q, you know how this thing ends. It's always go Bucks. And of course, OH.
Ayo.
Yeah.